I'm here with Elite Delta Force 3. Hello.
We're up for ourselves.
Can we get through and get names so we all know who we're talking to?
I'm Lachey Tomlinson Boyce.
I'm Nefertari Spencer.
I'm Nikia Gamby Turner.
Indira Wilson.
Angela Yarbrough.
And as you said,
Robert Diddy.
Robert Diddy.
Robert Diddy.
Robert Diddy.
Thanks.
so how did you, well there's 5 of you here today, but we know there's 6 of you all.
Yes.
How did you all get together?
I say a few years ago, Neff and I were in this other group called Cleo's Apartment. It was male and female. And a few of us were in that group also. So when we decided to put together an all-female sketch group, we were like, okay, well, let's get some of the girls. That was, Lachey was in there, and Robin, who of course is not here, brought them together, and then brought in these other 2 wonderful ladies into the group, and that's how we basically formed.
But you know, this is Black Hollywood right here. Like, we all know each other. If you tell us enough of your friends, we know you too.
No, seriously.
So everybody knew each other. I've known Indira for a long time, and then Neff and Angie I met, and then Nikia, but we all kind of knew each other just from being Black actresses in Hollywood. So
We get a chance to, 1, be funny, be fabulous actors, come up with the stuff ourselves, so we can actually go into Hollywood and make all this money, and then they'll come a knocking, and then we can ask for half. You know what I'm saying?
So I think that this is the first time that you actually get to see comedy from our perspective. We don't have to, you know, spoon feed you and say this is the Black woman's perspective, because there's a range of the Black woman's perspective. This is just our perspective. This is our take on it. This is what we think is funny, and this is what we think should be on TV, and what we haven't seen or have not been given the chance to display on television.
As much as it's from a Black woman's perspective, what's amazing about the show is that it's not all just Black women problems.
Right.
You know, it's not about
Right.
that. It's really it's such an intelligent humor. We're never getting on stage talking about, oh, woe is me, I was a Black woman. Oh, Lord, have mercy, you know, lots of scrubbing. It's not about all that. You know,
Yeah, and
it actually transcends, it transcends that.
Yeah, because we don't get up there and, like, you know, it's easy for, you know, you would think a Black group would get up there and bonquisha it and, you know, ham it up and all that kind of stuff.
It's not a bonquisha in the
It's
whole
not
show.
a bonquisha in the whole
No
show.
offense, bonquisha. With the Real Housewives of Civil Rights, why people were so sensitive about this, because there are no Black comedians, you know, there's no one to make fun of Black people,
Right.
you know, of Black women. You don't get to see it enough for it to be a little bit desensitized enough to be able to laugh at it.
Right.
So I think it stirs so many people up, because there are just no, who's Black on TV that's talking
You
about
all
people.
created the
Well,
perfect
you
link
have-
for this.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Black women in Hollywood, Black actresses, writers in Hollywood. How difficult is it? And
Why don't you just shoot me in the mouth? You have those days where you're like, I must be crazy for doing this. And then you get a little taste, and then you be like, because you was all trying to shit. I booked my 2 lines. I get to be the sassy.
Talk about scripted series, thing like that. Like, it's really hard as a Black writer, because I think a lot of Hollywood think that Black writers can't write. So we've always had our section of shows, you know, on CW, not anymore, but you know, it's like all the writers in Hollywood are always on these same types of shows, and every once in a while somebody breaks out. Which is why I'm so happy that some of the networks have the diversity programs. You know, like NBC and ABC both have those to help promote Black writers on these shows. Very important program. I hope they never ever lose that, because otherwise we don't have the context that the white writers have to these shows. You know, when you're a woman and you're Black, you know, that's a double negative there, I guess. So it really is hard.
Matter of fact, these ladies both on stage
Performed.
performing full out bellies, like giving you the funny.
I wrote a sketch for her just because she was pregnant.
Yes.
Pregnant cop.
Pregnant cop.
Yes.
So that was empowering too, you know, because you get worried, even as a woman, period, once I get pregnant, I'm not gonna be able to work. And as a pregnant person, you feel empowered. You feel like, hey, I can do things. And the fact that Neff and Angie were cool about it, like, yeah, we're gonna keep doing it. And we had a sketch called First Lady that was very, you know, it was just like the Beyonce single lady. And I was dancing with the belly, and it was just still, you know.
The Real Housewives.
on The Real Housewives of Civil
It was
Rights.
absolutely amazing.
I love
Fabulous
Betty.
depiction of all the women in Maryland row. And do it again.
Thank you.
You have it down perfect. Oh my God.
You completely made me want to like get to know Marilyn Monroe.
Have chicken with her.
Yeah, I was like, she has a chicken.
All right, ladies, let's go. Y'all know you're in the whites only section. Let's go.
Rosa, come on.
Hey, you too. Let's go.
You don't have to refuse to give up your seat everywhere we go.
Come on.
Did you write this, or you all come together and write?
I wrote it from the sick mind of Angela, yes. This was, Neff is a big fan of the Atlanta House, I guess everybody is. But she kept harping on doing something for, with the housewife ladies, and I was watching like the Beverly Hills one.
Yeah.
And I was trying to think of a sketch we wanted to shoot, but we had a great director to do it, and I'm just sitting there at the coffee shop like, what are we gonna do? 6 of us, how can we? And then it just hit to me. It was like Black History Month, and then Housewives of Atlanta, 6 girls in the show, 6 with us, and then put them together. It's like, okay, this is what we can do. Everybody can have an equal part and everything, and it would work out great.
Succulent, tender breast of life that swim, breathes, lives in the deepest depth of my ocean.
So, are you going with the chicken or the fish?
The chicken. Good choice, Maya. I love the dark meat. Shh.
It was, as soon as I read it, I was like, this is hilarious.
Yeah.
I watched the Housewives, but even just given the women of the civil rights humanity in terms of, maybe Betty Shabazz and Malcolm X did have a conversation in the car about correct. We don't know what happened, but the fact of the matter is just imagining that these women were actual women. They weren't on a pedestal back in the day. They were just really women in the struggle that had issues like you and I. Maybe Coretta Scott King did say, when are you gonna come home, Martin? I got 5 kids. I need some help.
I ain't got no nanny.
Martin, where are you going?
I'm going to Selma to march.
I'm tired of you always going off march and leaving me alone here with these kids.
Okay, you know what?
Malcolm X is the father of your youngest child.
Bitch.
I was really shocked. I was literally really shocked when we got negative feedback. I had no idea that people would be so mean about it.
What type of negative feedback did you get?
Well, I mean, like perpetuating the stereotypes, calling us HMIs. I mean, so I don't know if this is online, so I could probably say bitches. But, they're calling us bitches, and I'm like, aren't you kind of doing the same thing that you're saying we're doing? I didn't know that there would, be like, I can't believe you're defaming the whole black race. And it's like, hi, we were just
females back 50 years.
right.
But it's comedy. What's funny is funny to me, and that's when I write. That's all I think about. It's not to disgrace these people. It's just it's all made up. It's not real. It's all made up for humor. And then there's like these same people. What about the comedians that we have that talk about black stereotypes? We all laugh at that and I think that's funny. White people make fun of their historical leaders. There was a little cartoon on the internet I remember called Hard Drinking Lincoln, calling Abraham Lincoln a drunk, So I'm thinking like, why can't we laugh at ourselves?
What's good about it is that people, you had something to say. It wasn't something that you looked at, you either told 20 of your friends, or you said, this is appalling, and I'm telling 20 of my friends. But either way.
And you go on and watch it, friend, and you tell 20 more of your friends, and then we'll get a lot of hits on our YouTube page.
And the exact reason you're about to pick up and go to New York, go to Atlanta, LA, Chicago, because people know, and they're gonna come and see you.
Yeah, they saw our whole stage show. There'd be a lot of things to be offended by.
Oh my God.
Yeah. But Angela has a very, I won't say sick, but Ange
You can say
has
sick.
some sickness is up there for sure. Like, Ange, we gotta do something. Like, we gotta do something to the housewives, man. Like, they're killing me this year. When Nene had the nose job and she was like, "Ooh, don't hurt Michael Jackson now." I was like, we have to do something with this.
So what is too much?
I think it could be too soon. I don't never think it'd be too much.
I don't think
I can't
everything
tell you
is too much.
specifically. We did have. I know there was some stuff like for my SNL audition. I did Jennifer Hudson. Those things. That's
And now
off
look at all
limits.
the weight she lost.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a new day.
She's winning.
Winning.
But we didn't stop making fun of Fantasia when she tried to kill herself. So.
But you know what?
We did. We stopped.
No,
we haven't
didn't.
talked about
We
Fantasia.
did a
added
sketch
it.
after she tried to kill herself.
But
she's
Fantasia was on the media trail. It was a Friday or Saturday. By Monday, Homegirl was on the Today Show.
Right.
She was fine.
Right, yeah, that's true.
So for
survived.
up and coming actors, actresses, writers, comedians, what do you say, black female comedians? What do you tell them? How do you inspire them?
Kill yourself.
Tough
Get out of
skin. Tough, thick skin. Don't sit around and wait for anybody to create for you and for yourself. You gotta go out and make a way.
Because you got free distribution now. I mean, you got completely. It used to be a day when you could make these videos and package them and send them around and wait for somebody to distribute. You got worldwide free distribution. Make your own show.
You want to be a writer? Write. Constantly write. All the time. Live it, breathe it. And you get better with time.
You read a book about it. There's all kinds of books about acting. Go read a book and figure out where you need to start. Go get in a class.
I'm sorry, can I stop saying?
Yeah.
Please don't come out here and not have read not one book.
Right.
Just one.
Don't do that.
Plays.
And then say, I want to be an actor.
Please.
Because if it was that easy, everybody would be doing it. So, we've all studied for years and years and years. I say stick with it. There's a plan for you. There's a plan for your life. You just gotta keep going, and whenever you feel like you're gonna give up, just keep going more.
You're watching MadamNoire.com, and we are Elite Delta Force 3.